I don't know what for, but
I want to tell you about this. We have a bunch of
where
history.
did you get this voice? Like when you were born, did you cry with the same voice, or did
I
it
don't know.
develop later on in life?
I genuinely don't know the answer to that
You haven't
question.
had. What's your name? You you don't recall a time when you had a different voice?
To see video of me from decades ago, it does seem a little bit different, but there was also kind of the same thing going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how much you know about our history. I'm sure you remember some things. We've got.
Well, I remember somebody at my roast
Yeah.
pissing into God knows what, and they had to be thrown out.
Yeah, I was thrown out of the Gene Simmons roast. And
Oh, I don't know what you took anything that anybody had and just ingested it.
yeah, that was a tough time in my
And I
life.
think that's you pulling your dick out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a tough time in my life.
Oh, I see. You're peeing in the Coke bottle or something.
Yeah, it looks like I'm peeing into a soda can, which I then proceeded to
It's
smoke
that
marijuana
small?
out of. It's a tough one.
Because the pee holes like
That was 2007, and I got clean and sober in 2008. Yeah,
You're talking to a guy that's never been high or drunk
we
or
are
smoked
aware.
cigarettes in my life.
We are aware. But the history goes way back further, and there's no way that you would know any of this. So let me just run through it very quickly. In first grade,
You're a crack addict at first grade?
I went to first grade with a Kiss lunchbox.
I'm so sorry.
I pride myself on that because when you're 5, 6 years
Did you
old,
pay for it or did you steal it?
I'm sure that my parents got it for me. They knew that.
Mom and dad still good?
I lost my mom. My dad's
Oh, I'm
doing
so
great.
sorry.
Well, that's what happens. That is what happens. Um, then when I was 11 years old, I was you for Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. My sister did my makeup. That's me at 11 years
Oh,
old.
I thought she was doing something with your butt. What's
Yeah,
going
it
on?
does. It does look
Yeah,
that
it
way
looks
too.
like her fist is about either coming out or going in. Am I making it up?
Right. Nope, you're not making that up.
You're allowed to talk.
There's one hidden hand in there.
Yeah. Let's see the end result. How about
That's
that?
good. You're on. You're on your toes. You're on.
Yeah. It's great. Now,
What is that thing you're holding? Oh, a rack.
tennis racket.
Tennis racket. Yeah.
Fashioned into a guitar.
You're not a bad-looking human being. You clean up okay there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I want you to. I'm curious if you would be familiar with this image. I have a painting on the wall in my house, which it's the 4 Beatles, but the Beatles are all wearing Kiss makeup. Are you familiar with that?
There's a good story behind this. This was 1 block away. It's a very famous graffiti where the Louvre is, Louvre in France, the famous museum. You cross the street and it's on the wall. So that's been there for decades, and people took photos of it and made T-shirts. But yes, I know this.
Yeah. They show the other one. You see, it's right there. That's my kitchen in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you moved to Tennessee because of the tax situation.
That is
Beneficial
one of the perks.
tax. Is that
one
right?
Of, one of the perks. I also wanted to have a ton of land to open up an
Oh, you
animal
can buy-
sanctuary.
You can buy
Acres.
land the size of Wisconsin for 15 cents. Just amazing and gorgeous land.
Gorgeous land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in love with it. I wasn't even quite prepared for the extent to which I would be in love with it. But yeah, so this is not a rare item. I'm guessing that it's been reproduced many times. Is that something that you would have profit participation in when it's sold?
Unfortunately, not. The street artist and all that who came up with that is somewhere hiding.
Yeah. Okay. Now, some other great history. In 1996.
Maybe it was 1896.
Nope. 1996, at a Kiss concert in
Back again
Albuquerque, New
to
Mexico.
the dick with the.
Yeah, with the penis, Isaac, already. 1996, there was a Kiss concert in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I might be off. It might have been the beginning of 1997. But I was thrown out of the Kiss concert.
What did you do then?
I smuggled into it a bottle of flammable liquid.
What?
And I did a fire breathing, like blew a big fireball in the stands.
Did you do okay?
Oh, it was massive. I really pride myself on a massive.
This was for Knoxville and all that? Or
No, it was. It was
after?
It was before that.
This is 97?
Oh, before that.
It was before that. Yeah, this is before I even went to clown college.
Clown College.
Yeah.
You went to Clown College.
I went to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's harder to get into than Harvard.
It was statistically.
I don't know what part of this is.
No,
famous.
we don't. That's not our style. We tell the truth.
I do
they
know
bring up
about.
my clown
I
photo.
do know the Clown College is in Florida. Is
Yep,
it not?
Sarasota.
See
Yep,
that?
there you go, right there. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey.
That's fabulous, as
Yeah.
they say in L.A.
I graduated in the last class of Clown College. They shut it down after me.
Why?
You know what it was that, like, it's true. It was statistically harder to get into Clown College than Harvard. And with the exhaustive
I
auditioning.
thought you were kidding.
No.
They had 2 units of the Ringling Circus. Each unit.
Two eunuchs?
Unit. Yeah, and each one went to 50 different cities, and then they would swap schedules. So the circus every year was in 100 cities, and in all 100 cities they had auditions for Clown College. And after auditioning thousands and thousands of people, only 33 clowns got in to my class.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so that exhaustive auditioning process, they really ultimately, the clowns that did get in were insanely talented, and they were paying $300 and some dollars per week, and making these clowns live in a like 6x3 little closet on a train.
Well, you got me beat, even though it was later when we.
Yeah, there I am on the left. That's me.
So cool. What was the name of your clown?
I was Steve-O the clown.
Okay, then.
Yeah. And so I'm interested to ask you about
Well,
your
wait.
makeup, but-
You're a poor me kind of a story. You were making $300 plus.
but I didn't even get a contract. I was only 10 of the 33 clowns got contracts.
Why? You probably lit them on fire. Or did
I
something.
lit a lot of things on fire. Yeah.
Well, hypothetically, if you would have made $300 something a week when we first started in 1804, within a year and a half, we're headlining Anaheim Stadium, and we're there headlining above, oh, God knows, all kinds of bands you would have known about forever, but we just happened really fast. And meantime, I was on $85 a week salary.
From
And we
where?
didn't care.
From the music industry?
From the band.
From the band?
From the band.
Because any dollar we were making, there it is, Anaheim Stadium. So, yeah, there's a photo. It was massive, sold out, and yet, well, that's a fake bootlegging thing, but that's real. That was on Sunset Boulevard, and they had all kinds of bands opening for us. Oh, there we go. Ted Nugent, Uriah Heep, Bob Seger, all kinds of bands. Montrose, a lot of bands. And right there, the guy on the right-hand side, $85 a week. We didn't care, though. There was such an amazing... the idea that you didn't have to get up at 7 a.m. in the morning to go shave and eat your cornflakes and then get tortured by public transportation and wind up in the same seat in the same office doing the same thing for the rest of your life was such a relief. You just felt like a rock and roll gypsy. Like this is one of the few ways you can escape and have the time of your life and wake up with a girl whose name you never bothered to learn.
I love it. Now, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that you took an $85 a week salary from the band, and all the rest of the money just went back into the band,
That's right.
right?
All the special effects, it was all self-funded. We didn't borrow anything.
Yeah.
That's right.
And now with the makeup, this is grease paint, I used
Clown.
in clown college. Yeah.
It's clown white
Yep.
and black, Stein's black.
I think
That's all I used.
It sounds like exactly what I use. Can you look up Stein's grease paint?
Whose idea was it for the makeup?
I have to tell you that nobody can actually. Yeah, there it is. Grease paint. That's exactly what it is.
And then when you get done doing it, you lock it.
There
by,
it
by
is.
putting baby
That's
powder
one of the
on it.
classic ones from my era.
Yeah. Wow.
We-
That is different than what I used.
Well, it was earlier, probably
Yeah.
20, 30 years before
Yeah.
you were thinking about it. But nobody who was ever in KISS can ever lay claim to saying, I've got a brilliant idea. Everybody should put on makeup. Let's wear higher heels and more makeup than your mommy ever did. Nobody did. It just happened. Scientists call it a singularity. It's kind of when you put a group of people together who have no resume, no experience, never achieved anything. Something happened one day in our rat-infested loft in 1970, early 1973 or late 72. We're rehearsing some pretty good songs and everything. This is after we had a record for Epic called Wicked Lester, but we didn't like it, so we bought the record back, and it never came out. Let's reform the band. Got rid of the original members because they just weren't rock. We were Anglophiles. We loved Zeppelin and the Beatles and the Stones and all that, and Humble Pie. So started writing songs like that, Strutter, Black Diamond, and all that kind of stuff. And then we looked at each other one day, and I can't for the life of me tell you which one of us said, hey, let's go downstairs to Walgreens, which was half a block away, and let's go buy some makeup, put makeup on our faces. Just like that.
Do you remember how many designs you guys went through before you chose?
That's another good question. We brought back mirrors, they were about this tall, about this wide, $15, and a few of them, and put them against the walls that were covered by egg crates to muffle the sound at our rat-infested loft, which had no windows, at 10 East 23rd Street. And we started putting makeup on, and of course the mirrors would warp, so our faces would look all warped. And we had one shot. The makeup that became, this early, that's not in 1983. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. That's 1974 at the top of the Playboy building on Sunset Boulevard, used to be at that point, where the Playmates used to all stay. And that makeup that you see there pretty much is the makeup that we came up with on day one.
Wow.
How was the reception when you guys did your first show with the makeup? Was it just better than ever?
I have to say that I can't recall paying attention to anything because we were all getting off on each other like, wow. instead of most bands that look at their shoes and I'm going to play a major or a minor here and they do that, and they're just not aware. We were just getting off on each other. In fact, Ace, before he succumbed to all the chemicals and all the other stuff, our drummer Peter, the original one, had Mylar on his drum kit so that when he kicked it, you'd see the thing rattle and all that. Really cheap, smart ideas. And Ace kept bending over and looking at himself in the drum head, laughing his head off. Just getting off on his own thing.
The joke that I never got to tell because I was kicked out of the roast, I was going to say, man, I thought it was hilarious when I thought it was funny when Kiss took off their makeup, and maybe in the 80s all of a sudden they did. But man, it was hilarious when they had to put it back on. It was a
Pay me again. No problem.
see what I'm saying? It was a funny joke, right? It's like, hey guys, we're gonna need you to put the makeup back on.
The best part of that joke is when you're too rich to give a fuck. It's all good.
Right. I mean, and I knew that you'd have a great sense of humor about it. And what you just said reminded me of a time when we were filming with David Hasselhoff, filming Wild Boys. We were out on a boat with sharks and stuff.
I was with you and David?
No, you weren't there.
Oh.
But
Then why are you telling me this?
well, David Hasselhoff looked at himself in a mirror. He said, God, I look like shit, but at least I'm rich.
That's right. But Hasselhoff never looked like shit. Trust me. He could go anywhere in the world and...
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always a piece of ass. He was always
that?
good looking. He was always good looking.
Always a good-looking man.
Yeah. So, with respect to looking great, can you tell me about the Polaroids? This is the legend of Gene Simmons. That there are thousands of Polaroid photos of women, the conquests. It's just so fascinating.
What about it?
Well, like do the Polaroids is the Polaroid collection
R.
are
Is singular.
well, I said
R.
is the Polaroid collection.
You're
Is it still intact? Is it
What actually happened was I got serious about finally the first 29 years of Shannon's and my relationship. We were unmarried, and I was doing anything you could imagine somebody who didn't care about anybody else and was completely self-absorbed, arrogant, and where are you going? Where am I going? Who wants to know? That kind of thing.
right?
Even though we had kids and everything, and Shannon, bless her, never backed away. I would have thrown my sorry ass out in a second. So it was no secret, sorry, it was no secret that I was carousing. And then when I decided to come clean and get serious with Shannon, we've been together 41 years, but 29 of the first years we were not married. And when I decided to propose to her, I said, got to put all the cards on the table. Let me tell you exactly what happened and all this stuff. And, it wasn't pleasant. I wouldn't trade places with her. And we did us together, we did a public and put it on we had a reality show.
Yeah.
We filmed the burning of the photos.
There we go. Wow.
Yeah, we burned them together. And our show, the Gene Simmons Family Jewels, was 167 episodes in 8 years.
Do you like shopping on Amazon? I do. And good news is, Steve-O's butt wipes for your butthole are available on Amazon. And if you want a real bundle of a deal, you can get Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole, plus Steve-O's butthole destroyer, and Steve-O's butt wipes for your butthole. It's the butthole bundle, available on Amazon right now.
Yeah, dude.